Hello students, in this video we will learn distance time graph. Motion and time is the chapter. This is Amrisha Sinha, your science teacher. How to draw distance time graphs. We use a graph paper to draw distance time graph. This is the graph paper you can see on the screen. The graph paper has 1 centimeter squares marked on it. Each centimeter square has 100 smaller squares in it, which are millimeter squares. The side of bigger square at the graph paper is 1 centimeter and that of smaller square is 1 millimeter. To draw the distance time graph for a moving object, we need a graph paper and the readings of distance traveled by the object and the corresponding time values which have been obtained experimentally. You can see two tables. Time is given in second and distance moved in meter. Some readings of distance and times have been given. We should draw a horizontal line on the graph paper to represent x-axis. The level of x-axis by writing time. The unit of time should be written in bracket such as time second, time minute or time hour. An arrow should be put in front of the labeling of time. Now, draw a vertical line on the left side of graph paper to represent y-axis. Level the y-axis by writing the word distance. The unit of distance meter, distance centimeter or distance kilometer. An arrow should be put in front of the labeling of distance and its unit. The point of intersection of x-axis and y-axis is called origin and marked as 0, as you can see in the screen. We should choose suitable scales so as to represent the large values of time and distance conveniently. On the small graph paper, the scales to be used depend on the range of time and distance values and hence vary from question to question. For example, here the table has been given time and distance. Some readings have been given. So, in 0 seconds, 0 distance, in 2 seconds, 10 meter, in 4 seconds, 20 meter, in 6 seconds, 30 meter, and so on. Now take second, third, fourth, and fifth sets of values of time and distance and mark corresponding points as pencil dots on the graph paper. As you can see the crosses, these are the corresponding points. Now join all the marked points which were corresponding points or pencil dots with pencil. This line graph obtained is the regular distance time graph. You can see on the screen. We deal with distance time graph while studying the motion of bodies. If we record distance and time for motion of a body and plot the same data on a rectangular graph, we will obtain a distance time graph corresponding to the motion of that body, and by using the graph we can find speed of the bodies. Speed is equal to distance divided by time. Therefore, on a distance time graph, the speed is gradient, that is slope, of a line. To find the slope, take 2 points on the graph which is said to be x1, xy and x2, y2. For example, let x1, y1 is equals to 6, 30 and x2, y2 suppose it to be 10, 50. So, then the speed or the slope should be equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, which is speed equals to 50 minus 30 divided by 10 minus 6, This is substituting the values of x1, y1, x2 and y2. Now for example, you can see the distance time graph. A body travels equal distance in equal interval of time. For example, a train running with constant speed, say 10 meter for 2 seconds, will equal distance of 10 meter move in each equal time interval. So this is a straight line and it is showing uniform motion. Now, the distance time graph for non-uniform motion. When equal distance, when a body travel different distance in equal interval of time, then it will said to be non-uniform motion. Here you can see that the line which will form will not be a straight line, it will be uneven line, irregular line. So you can see, so it shows non-uniform motion. Distance time graph at rest. It means speed does not change with time. So distance time graph will be straight line parallel to x-axis as you can see on the screen. Some of the points to be kept in mind while choosing the most stable scale for drawing a graph paper are: difference between distance and lowest values should be marked, the intermediate value of each quantity should be marked, utilize the maximum part of paper on which graph is to be drawn. That is all for this video. I hope you have learned how to draw distance time graph. Thank you everyone.